Hello, everyone. It's Sonia here with the Real Talk podcast on YouTube, and I wanted to take a look at the topic of narcissism in a series of wisdom talks here on my YouTube channel. And the reason I was motivated to do this is that while I have encountered many narcissists in my lifetime, it is only recently that I feel God has been having me look at the subject or the topic of narcissism in a much more in-depth way that includes a spiritual, emotional, and psychological perspective as well. So it's hopefully a more rounded perspective about this very prevalent issue that we will all very likely have to deal with on some level at one time or another in our lives. So in this first session, I want to talk about why I believe a narcissist targets us. So I believe that there are probably many motivating factors for why a narcissist might target us, but I think that narcissists have a primary or main motivation or need that they are looking to fulfill from their target person. And this is that they need others to emotionally regulate them. And I did Google a definition of emotion regulation, and this is from Psychology Today, and it says that emotion regulation is the ability to exert control over one's own emotional state. It may involve behaviors such as rethinking a challenging situation to reduce anger or anxiety, hiding visible signs of sadness or fear, or focusing on reasons to feel happy or calm. And that was the end of the definition. And so apparently, narcissists cannot do these things on their own. And because they have no inner ability to regulate their emotions, they essentially target others. And sadly and shockingly, they really view others in an objective, impersonal way as really a means to regulate their emotional state. And so they unfortunately again seek to lure unwitting and unaware people into a relationship with them where they can begin to draw us in by constantly flattering us through a deceptive process of excessive love bombing, which probably most of us have heard that term before, but it's basically a barrage of overwhelming praise and compliments that is being intentionally used by a narcissist to build us up. But after they've succeeded in doing that, in really building us up and winning us over, our defenses are broken down, and we do usually let them in. And at that point, they will begin this awful process of really cruelly beginning to tear us down and devalue us, which is often referred to as the devaluation stage of a relationship with a narcissist. And again, I believe the main underlying motive that narcissists have for devaluing who we are is that this is to try and regulate their own unruly emotions by using us and the negative emotions that they can elicit from us after they have been abusive and, really devalued us, that it not only helps them regulate their emotions, it seems to soothe them emotionally as well. And this might seem strange to hear if you're hearing something like this for the first time, but narcissists believe that they are superior to everyone else, and they have a great need to continue to feel superior and really an investment in that. And so if they're not able to continue to feel superior, this is very threatening to them, because their emotions then become dysregulated or out of control, and they have no way on their own to deal with that, that unruly state emotionally. This is why they, sadly behave, I believe, as emotional and also spiritual predators. It's because they need our emotional supply or emotions for them to feel significance, for them to feel apparently that they actually exist at all. And this makes us their targets extremely important to them. We are, in fact, a source of life to the narcissist who has targeted us, and they handpick those that they see light and life in. And I would say, from a spiritual perspective, that what they're actually seeing is the life and light of God within us. And, I believe they need others who have a God connection in order for them to be able to feel any God life at all. And so, the only way I believe any of us gets true life, especially on the inside, is going to be by and through a personal, individual relationship and connection to God, who is the source of life. So, if you have encountered a narcissist who has unfortunately made you their target to get your energy from you, this emotional energy, and really to kind of plug in to your connection with God, the narcissist knows that they have to give you something that will be of great value to you, that you are looking for, in order to make you want to be connected to them. So I think I will end session 1 right here and pick up again in session 2, where I will be talking about how I believe narcissists go about providing or giving us what we are looking for and what we would perceive to be of great value to us. And I do just want to say here that if you have been targeted by a narcissist and you are hurting and trying to essentially get out of that dark pit that they have put you in, I want to encourage you that there is hope and there is healing for you. And it's my hope and prayer that, as you're listening to videos like this one, and, there are many, many helpful videos here on YouTube about narcissism, that you will take the time that you need to prayerfully seek God for the spiritual discernment to understand what happened to you in relationship to a narcissist that targeted you. And again, I really want to emphasize that there's definitely hope, not only of healing for you, but the opportunity to go forward with much more awareness and much more informed position to be in, where you are armored up for your future. Thank you for joining me for this session 1 Wisdom Talk on narcissism. I have titled session 2, How the Narcissist Sets Us Up. So I do hope that you will want to join me for that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video for session 2.